Alright, so we've just completed our installation for the under sink method with the standard faucet. And all I've done is pull this up from under the sink so you can see how we attach the Nano with the tank. As you see here, we have a very special Chanson non-metallic plastic holding tank. What's special about this tank is the lid lifts off and there is a removable cap, which we really love for tanks because once a year, once every 2 years, you can take that cap off and clean the entire inside of the tank. And it's a really fantastic feature. Most RO tanks don't have that ability. Alright, so when you get your kit, there's one of two types of connectors for the tank. We have the quick connect kind where the tube just pushes in, and then we have the standard compression nut where the nut tightens down. You can receive either one of these. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant which one you receive, but I just wanted to show it could be one of the two. You'll take this and tighten it on to the tank. Only hand tight. There's no reason to use any tools or any wrench here. Once you feel it nice and hand tight, that's it. There's nothing else to do to this tank. Now I'll show you for the future. You'll see on the bottom there's a black cap here, and this black cap twists off. This holds air pressure inside the tank, and if you're ever not getting any pressure inside your system, this is where you're going to have to go. You're going to have to remove this cap, get yourself a bicycle pump, and pump in 6 pounds of pressure, no more. 5 to 6 pounds of pressure. If you put too much pressure in here, you're just going to destroy the tank. So putting more pressure is not going to give you faster water flow. It's just going to destroy the tank. But if your water flow has ever died out, and this would usually be after owning this for about 2 years or so, then it's time to replace some air inside the tank. You'll see installing this Nano with the tank is actually very simple. You've gotten half the job done already. The other half is right here on the very top filter, left hand side. This is called our taste and odor reduction filter. We're going to go ahead and remove this nut, and we're going to pop this out of its bracket, and you'll see I just stick my hands behind the filter and pull it out. You might have to use a little pressure. Take this 90-degree elbow at the end and twist it out until it's removed. Then you'll find this piece that came with your kit and install it in that spot. Now you'll notice there's a black rubber O-ring here. If your piece has that, there's no reason to wrap any Teflon tape around the threads. If your piece does not have this black ring, go ahead and take this tape that we included and wrap about 5 or 6 layers around the threads. Just helps to seal it a little better. And so we'll go ahead and insert this on the end. And again, this is another piece where there's no tools needed. Just get it hand tight and then get it nice and snug after it's hand tight. Push it back into its bracket, and now you're ready to connect. This line will go right back. Oh, it was a little loose, so I'm going to pull it out and give it a full turn to bring it back up. There's an extra nut here, so I'm just going to remove this nut and we'll push this piece on. Now, for those of you who are watching this and you don't have a tank, you don't have to have a tank. The tank allows for a faster water flow. If you have the Nano with an ionizer, we highly recommend having the tank because you'll have a fast enough water flow to get the most out of your ionizer. If you're using the nanofilter by itself without an ionizer, you're going to find that you're going to have a very nice water flow straight out of the spout, that the tank is not necessary. So again, the holding tank is to create a faster water flow for using the nano with a water ionizer. And so now we have our tube connected back into position. And then this is a piece that will come with the tank. So this will not be included with your nanofilter. It's only if you've ordered the tank. This is a piece of 3/8 hose with a union adapter to reduce it down to 1/4 inch. And we'll just push this into the end of the fitting as far as it'll go. Tighten down the nut as hard as you can by hand. One additional turn with the wrench. We'll get ourselves a small length of our 1/4 inch tubing. We'll round out the end. One side I'm going to put into the tank and push it completely down. And the other side I'm going to insert into here. And that's it. We're done. Turn the nanofilter on, turn the water on to the nanofilter as normal, and the tank will fill itself up, and it will push water back when it's completely full. Now, if you ever need to disconnect this line for any reason, remember the tank is under pressure, and it's always going to be pushing water out. The only way to stop the tank from pushing water out is to take this lever and to turn it sideways. Now you've just shut the tank off, so no water is going to come out, nor any water is going to go in. So make sure, for use of the tank, that the valve is facing in the same direction as the connector. And that will be the case regardless of which style valve that you have. Sideways is closed, and straight up is open. That is your installation with the tank. The tank can be, some people don't want to put the tank in their under sink area. They want to put it in a basement, or even drill a hole through the cabinet and put it into an adjoining cabinet. There's so many different options on how to position these things. If you're a high volume water user, we can set you up with a much larger tank, one that can feed dozens and dozens of people. So you can go with different sized tanks as well. But this is the basic tank install. There's really no maintenance or nothing to do on this tank outside maybe a periodic cleaning every 1.5 to 2 years. And that cleaning process is very fast and very easy. And that's it. There's our install with the tank.